Hey guys, how's it going? I just caught the puppies doing something semi-adorable, and it got me thinking about something. So hopefully I can still catch it. Hold on. Yep. Okay. So it's food time here at the zoo, and you notice how that big back is sitting in the dish? Yeah. Thanks, sweetie, for getting out of there, you roly-poly little monster. Seeing that just shake down was a reminder to me about why puppies get worms and the fact that it is not an indication of a bad breeder, a crappy breeder, a dirty breeder, anything like that. So puppies are very much like toddlers. Everything goes in their mouth. That's how they literally learn things. So they learn by tasting things, getting textures of things. They're just like little baby children. So because of this, every germ, everything possible goes in their mouth. Now that's not a bad thing. That's how your immunity is built. Just like with humans, I keep our whelping box clean, but I'm not anal about it. I'm not in here sanitizing every surface and ma'am, excuse me, you're the biggie that was just in that food dish. I think that's about enough. What do you think? I don't go crazy. So we're cleaning up poop and pee. We're changing out bedding every day. We're doing all these things, but I am not sanitizing the water dish, sanitizing the food dish. I'm not doing that because it's not doing them any favors, because they are going to be moving to the farm, and even if it was like a normal house dog, they still have to go outside. They have to put their feet on the ground. They have to be exposed to germs. It's very healthy for them. Anyway, I totally got off on the tangent here. So the way that parasite infections work, and this is for any species, these puppies are getting it from somewhere. You know where they get it from? Her. They get it from mama. Where does mama get them from? Well, especially if you have a livestock guardian dog that's out living with livestock, they're around parasites. If your livestock has parasites, and guess what? Your livestock has parasites, okay? You and I probably have parasites. It's just this thing that can go asymptomatic forever and never pose a problem. But when it does pose a problem is when there's a stress in the body of some type. It can be, I'm thinking like with livestock, okay? Sudden weather changes. All of a sudden it gets really hot, it gets really cold, it gets really rainy, it gets really snowy. You'll notice that can cause a parasite bloom. During breeding season, during baby having season, whether that's lambing, kidding, foaling, calving, whatever that is for you, a parasite bloom can happen where all of a sudden the demons awake, the parasites, and they come out to play. That means that parasites are like inside her intestinal tract, just kind of laying dormant and waiting for their time to shine. So when she starts to get a little, when her systems are overwhelmed or whatever, like having babies, all of a sudden, then the worms can come out to play. Sir, actually, no, ma'am. And you took your collar off again. Young lady. Anyway, babies can get parasites through the milk. So that's then how that's how it's transmitted to the babies. So this is why when you deworm the puppies, a breeder should be deworming puppies every 2 weeks, starting at 2 weeks of age. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks, okay? If you get your puppy at 8 weeks, then they should be dewormed at 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks. And then when you get that puppy in your possession, I always tell people, take it to the vet and get a fecal check on it, just so you have, starting from scratch, see what you're dealing with, okay? And the reason that we're deworming so often is because it's one of those cyclical loops. You give them a dewormer, it's going to kill what's active in there, okay? And then 2 weeks later, we're doing it again because more are going to hatch. And idealistically, every 2 weeks when you're deworming, you should see less and less evidence of there being worms. Sometimes, are there no worms? Sure, yeah, sometimes. And sometimes you'll see visible worms. Like, this is how it is. How else do they get transmitted? Right there, little fool right there, that sometimes they like to climb into that water dish, sit in the water dish, and guess what? When they poop, if there's parasites, even ones you can't see, their nasty little booties are in that water, and now everyone else is drinking it. Same thing over here. When we take our nasty little booties and dirty paws, and then we're standing in our food dish, we're just passing germs. We're passing all the grossness to our siblings. Because why wouldn't we? So that is part of life of parasites, life of animals. That's how, if you as a person are positive for parasites, it's not a just one and done. You're going to have to retreat because you want to treat them at all stages of the life cycle. Try not to freak yourself out about it. Try not to get too in your head about it, like, oh my God, ah! Just be cognizant that, okay, this is normal. We have to deal with it. Another reason why I don't like puppies, any dogs, licking on my face, in my mouth, because I don't need that. I love you, but I don't need anything weird. No, I don't. So that's how that works. When you're deworming, it goes by weight. I use Pyrantel, and I'm deworming. That comes in different concentrations and strengths too. Mine is 1 ml per 10 pounds. So when they start at just a few pounds, they're getting 3/10 of a milliliter or a cc. Milliliters and cc's are the same thing. So a pretty small amount. And then obviously that gets bigger and bigger each time because they get bigger and bigger. Look at him's face. Oh, I'll miss him. He's my favorite. You're my favorite boy. So freaking cute. Also did a video about how, like, for their first solid foods and like, oh, I soak their food and so it's smushy for them. And yeah, no, that lasted. Let's see, they had their first solid foods at like 2.5 weeks. We're now 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks. Yeah, that ended. They are now in mom's food, which she's also on puppy food, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, they real quick learned that we can snack in between mealtime. We can just eat hers. Like, we can eat our breakfast and supper that has cheeses and vegetables and Brussels sprouts and amazingness, scrambled eggs. And then in between those meals, we can just snack on mom's boring plain food. And that's cool. Yeah, so we're doing that. We're going crazy on drinking water. Like, we are doing so good. I'm so proud of them. Another thing that's not wildly unusual at this stage is I noticed on Alara, on her nipples, on her milk channels, they are like tearing her up. Them little claws. She's got like open scratches, and I'm sure it hurts. And when I check her, like, she's full of milk. So a couple things are happening. She's not wanting to nurse them as frequently because she knows they don't need to. They're on solid foods and they're drinking water. Like, y'all don't need to be attached to me 24 hours a day. So not only does nature and instinct know, and it's telling her that, but also it hurts. Like, they have very sharp teeth and sharp little claws. And so it physically hurts for her to allow them to nurse. So she's naturally weaning them off of how much they're nursing. Perfectly normal, but that doesn't mean they're ready to leave her. She needs to stay on them for basically discipline and socialization. They're learning so much from her. She does not take a lot of crap from them, so she keeps everybody in line. And so even if they're not nursing all the time, it's still very important for pups to stay with mom. Don't ever let anybody convince you otherwise. But they're doing so great, guys. So freaking good. And I'll update you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.